Hi, I'm Mary McGloin. I am one of the creators of Tech Betties, and I'm also Cass, and I'm here with Ben Fine, who plays Carl Cooper, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Hey, I'm Ben Fine. I do play Carl Cooper, and I'm here to chat with you today.
Cool.
So let's have fun. Fun.
Yeah. All right. So the first question is, what drew you to this project and this role?
I just like to work. I wanted to work. I know Amanda, who's your co-writer,
Yeah.
and she asked me to get involved. And I think in some ways she said I got a part that I'm crafting for your curmudgeony behavior. And then I did a bunch of your readings,
Yeah.
so like we slowly moved forward, and I was asked back each time, so I made it through the hurdles.
Yeah, it's funny because she was like, "Oh yeah, I know someone perfect for Carl," and I was like, "Okay," and because the character is definitely based on people she knows, but also people I know. So I was like, yeah,
Sure.
but yeah, you were definitely like you nailed it. So I was like, yeah, we gotta have
I
Ben.
can I can be surly and sad, but like loving somewhere deep down.
Well,
I think
yeah,
is
well,
is is what Carl provides.
Carl's got a good side. He's crusty,
I
but
think you don't see it in what we shot, but he's the
yeah,
sleeper. He's the
yeah,
sleeper as the series continues.
he definitely becomes an ally once.
I think so.
Yeah,
I was thinking about it, the whole thing and this culture of toxic masculinity, and like how's Carl in that. And in the first three episodes, he feels like he's part of that toxic culture, but in fact he's just a toxic person in general, and it has nothing to do with his masculinity. He's gone so far around the bend that by the end you're like, oh, he hates so much that he's a beautiful, loving creature.
I think my favorite description of Carl we wrote was when he sighs because he's so tired of having to explain these things to people, which
Yeah, yeah.
is in the kitchen scene that we didn't get to shoot. But
We didn't. I was there.
I
I
know we ran out of
was
time.
ready.
For those of you listening, we had scenes in episode 3 that were Carl heavy that I wish we had gotten, but hopefully
I
we'll
think,
get
yeah.
funded
Uh,
to reshoot and shoot the half-hour pilot because
That's right. Give us some
that's
money so I can do my 13-second scene. God damn it.
exactly. So, second question is, what sort of
Yes.
person do you think would love this show? Like, who should watch Tech Betties?
Well, that's interesting. I think it hits a lot of buttons for people. I think it's pretty good comedy if you just want to laugh. Certainly, if you're interested in like geek stuff, it's going to be fun. Obviously, it's about women in the industry, but it's not that there are no men, nor is it a sort of a takedown piece. It's
Yeah,
scripted to be like a full comedy with a nice arc, and people have their adventures and they make their changes for everybody. Even though the focus is on these two women going through their journey in a young startup.
yes.
So I don't know. If you like tech stuff, if you like quirky comedies, I think it might be the show for you.
Cool.
How's
Cool.
that?
That's good. So, what sort of person do you think would love or relate to Carl?
Everybody. He's your everyman. Everybody. Everybody hates everybody, right? Is that true?
I don't,
I
I
don't know. I
don't
think he's a. I mean, I ultimately like he's a good cipher for like the ways the angry voice in all of our heads. It just says, just shut the fuck up. I know how to do my fucking job. Just leave me alone. But it's not evil. They want their own authority and autonomy. Um, uh, so yeah, I think he's 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 for the secret you. So if
Oh,
the
I
secret angry
see.
you.
He says what you wish you could at your job.
I thought too. I mean, to, to a certain extent he does. I don't know if he entirely does in the course of that show, but like it's clear that he's his own thing. He's a quiet little angry enigma, uh, which I think it's in a lot of ways we all are. Certainly now, who's not angry and
Yeah,
fucked up now?
truth. Truth right there.
Right, sitting
Uh,
alone at your computer screen.
so okay, how is
Yeah.
Carl like you, and how is he not like you?
Um, I mean, obviously, he's a hyperbolic version of me. Like I'm nowhere as near as misanthropic, nor as intense. Um, I'm terrible with computers entirely. I have a Chromebook, and I can barely use that, and it's set up for the most moronic person to be able to use it. So, and this is only my like third Zoom thing, and I'm lucky to get into it. I've had a lot of problems. So
I'm
he's more
glad you
tech.
figured it out for
I
this.
as well, I did a reading, which it took me 5 minutes to get it together.
Oh my gosh.
I was sideways for a while, and I have a mic set up, but like it doesn't interface very well. So yeah, he's more tech savvy, more angry. I'm gregarious in a way that Carl's not. Carl just wants to code and play his video games with faceless 8-year-olds or whatever. But I like to go out. And see people and talk to people. And he probably doesn't drink, and I like to drink.
Oh, I don't know. I think Carl drinks.
You think so? You think he secretly drinks?
I don't think he drinks as much as Ben, but he
No, no one can. Who can?
drinks. So, okay.
Yeah,
Did you have a favorite moment from the show?
that's a good question. I mean, we didn't shoot the moment.
No.
We
I
didn't shoot
really
the
wanted
moment.
to do the kitchen scene.
It wasn't the kitchen scene. It's really when we're playing video games, and she beats me, and I'm like, oh, and I stand, and she's like, yeah,
Oh,
we sort of see each
oh.
other. We see each other over the cubicle dividers. I was like,
Yeah, that wasn't even, that was like, that's later. That's
I
like,
know it's way later. I know, but I was like, that's because that's where you shift. Because for a while you're like,
yeah.
I don't. Who is this guy? He's not really part of the thrust of the narrative. He's just some like background guy being mad and techie. No, I'm trying to think of like, yeah, I mean, I like drawing. I mean, I don't do that much, so I like drawing the picture in the boardroom,
You know,
which is
that picture, the fish on the
yeah,
bicycle,
the fish
is
on the
from a
bicycle.
real moment in my life where I
Yeah,
was explaining our setup of, and I'm going to date myself here, PVCS tracker, which nerds out there will know, back in the early days of my QA career. And one of my favorite developers spent the entire meeting drawing fish on bicycles. And I was like, you a-hole. Like, it was so
did they
frustrating.
get
I'm like, mm, I worked so hard on this. But
sure?
yeah, so I
Did they
had,
get better? Were they nice? Were they well made?
oh yeah, I mean, he was a good friend. So it was just like, they had to give you a hard time, especially if you're like the only girl on the team. They have to do it. So
I mean, listen, I think there's an amount of hazing that happens. I mean, in that way, it's like it's like any workplace for anybody. Is like
yeah,
you're new and people don't like you, and
exactly.
they're wondering like if you're gonna take their job, if you're gonna make them obsolete, if like you're gonna be a drag. So
True.
the first few days are always a little bit intense.
Like, what are you gonna do to our culture?
Yeah, it fucks it up.
Yeah. But okay, okay, this is we're shifting the focus now of the
Okay,
conversation. This is about you, Ben.
about
So
me,
all
about
about
the
you.
amazing things I don't do these days.
Yeah. So how did you get into acting, or what made you want to be an actor?
That's interesting. I mean, both my parents are actors.
Oh, I didn't know
Oh, see, look at that. I lost you.
that. Oh,
That was a practical problem, not a technological problem.
I
Um, yeah, my dad's an Irish actor. My mom had gone over to study acting at RADA,
oh
and
cool.
so she met him, and he was doing these little tiny something that's more common there than here, like uh, plays in the lobby of a hotel. You
Oh
know what I
wow.
mean?
Yeah.
So like sort of like scrappy 70s style theater. And so she got hooked up with them and then hooked up with him. So like, there's I grew up with her doing like community theater in Michigan. And I don't know, based on like their careers, I don't know why I decided to do it. So, like, I guess I just like a long trajectory of failure that I thought I should participate in. Um, who
Well,
knows? I
failure
don't know. It's
is
like the
fine
first
in
show.
different
The
ways.
first show I did was in sixth grade. We did like an expurgated Hamlet, and I got to be Hamlet, a little fat Jewy Hamlet. And I don't know. I had such an amazing experience. Like I remember and it took months to learn what I think is like a 22-minute version of Hamlet. We spent like months on our breaks and during some of our classes learning our lines. And then I remember the curtain going up that night. I remember running really quickly behind the scrim to get to where I was supposed to be. And then I remember the curtain closing. And I thought that's an amazing experience. And then at that point I never really looked back, you know.
That's cool. I like that story.
Thank
Um,
you.
so if you had a magic wand and you could put yourself on any show,
On any
play
show.
any role, what would it be?
Oh, I don't know. That's good. It's funny. I was like, I watch a lot of old TV because I like things to be finished.
Okay.
Otherwise, it stresses me out to have to wait for new episodes and stuff. And I like
Oh,
to
I totally
binge
understand this.
like everybody else. But I just recently watched The Expanse on Amazon.
What is it called?
The Expanse or Expanse?
X Pants. I don't know if I've
No,
ever.
like expansive. Like it's a sci-fi.
Oh. Okay, got it. Now I
Yeah.
understand.
And I thought that's a fun world to be involved with, and I sort of would like to do sort of a gritty sci-fi drama. I think sounds fun. I hesitate to actually do like I want to be a comic character in a straight show
Okay,
rather than being a comedy show on American television.
I understand. Okay, last question. This is just anything you
Okay.
want to share about anything you're doing or anything you want
Okay.
to talk about or.
What am I doing? I'm trying to finish this short that I made as you know, it takes forever to get
Yeah.
anything done, and even longer now. So we're like, I'm doing a final assemblage of our rough cut, and it's taken this whole pandemic to get it done with my editor because we just talk on the phone and like share low res versions on YouTube of a short called Lucky Strike about a man who has a lucky spot on his couch, and if he sits on it, uh, it makes his team win. And
Ah,
so he slowly sort of destabilizes and destroys his own life in order to help his team win the series.
I love it.
Uh, yeah, it's cute. I mean, it's cute. Hopefully, we'll see. It's hard to know until you put it all together.
What
And
are you
then
gonna do with it? Are you gonna
what? I
are you
don't,
gonna submit it to festivals or put it?
well, I mean, all yes. I mean, that's there. It is. It was originally made just to show that we can do something really fast,
Uh
and
huh.
we didn't do it. So, yeah, I think festivals and like another little bit for my reel, or some bullshit self promotional thing that I do. So I'm doing that. Like my friend's working on a TV show, like sort of a post Trump world TV show that has like spies and like and the Trumps are all being taken to court and sent to prison and
Oh,
and and technology and virtual reality. So he's working on the Bible for that now, and I sort of do some I'm helping him a little bit with that, and he's trying to get funding for that. So we'll
cool.
see if we can shoot a pilot. It's
Yeah.
hard to know what to do right now because it's like I won't even go to a restaurant, so I don't know if I'm gonna
Yeah.
go shoot
Yeah.
a low budget
Production
pilot.
production is slowly coming back in New York, but
It is, but if you're funding your own thing and it's not, and it's
yeah,
like I'm working right now, and I'm like I don't know if they're doing it right. Like
yeah,
if I'm doing it, I know I'm probably gonna do it wrong, and it's not it's hard to know how to do it safely and
this is all
not
true.
make it look crappy and all that. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm working on. Other than that, I sing my mediocre songs.
Oh, that's right. You use Smule?
I smule. It has helped me survive the whole pandemic. I get recommendations and requests from people, and then I spend like 10 or 15 minutes listening to the song, uh, and then I try to do it really fast. So a quick turnaround, mediocre performance, and I fuck up all the time, and it's sort of fun to do. I don't know if it's fun to watch. I don't know if you can make it through the whole video, but I have survived because of it.
So, is there a place people can see these mules?
Oh, I mean, I post them on my Instagram if I'm able, and I post them on Facebook.
And what's your Instagram handle?
I think it's Benjamin Ellis Fine.
Okay. Oh
I try to keep it simple. I don't. If people have names that aren't real names, I stop paying attention because I don't know who they are, and I say I don't even. This is some stranger.
yeah.
So
I didn't I didn't ever tell anybody, but I was doing a YouTube channel where I was posting up a video a day of me doing a karaoke song. From
oh, good. See,
I did like 3 alphabets of A to Z of songs.
did you?
Yeah, it's up on the internet. Nobody knows about it. I told like 3 people.
You have to really suck it up in order to put that stuff out
Yeah.
there, especially if you don't practice.
Oh yeah, no, I just
Um,
go for it. Some of the songs I knew.
yeah,
You can tell which one's like, oh, she knows that better.
yeah, but the thing is, like the scroll doesn't work, and like
Yeah,
sometimes there are versions of the song. So even you knowing a song
yeah.
doesn't mean you're gonna nail it.
Well, the key. It's not
And
always
the
the right
the
key.
keys can change. You
You're
have to
like,
you have
like
to really listen.
or you're like finding what key it's in.
Yes, you'll hear me do it, and God forbid there's a key change in a song.
Yeah. Well,
So
cool.
that's how I fill my time.
Well, Ben, thank you so much for doing
Thank
this.
you, Mary.
And thank you for playing Carl. And hopefully we'll get funded and we'll get to do a whole series.
Yeah, let's do it.
I want to do it, so I'm trying to do. Um, so make sure to tell your friends to watch us at 10 on 10/10/2020 at 10/10
10/10/2020.
10/10/2020 at 10:10 a.m., 11:11 a.m., 12:12 p.m. It's
Wow.
up for 10 days on the YouTube channel for Tech Betties.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, there
I'll
we go.
do it.
All right,
I promote the fuck out of shit.
do it. Do it.